Hi there, my name is August Simonelli, and I'm a technical marketing manager working in the customer and field engagement team at Red Hat. Today, I'm going to show you how to deploy OpenShift into Google Cloud in a super fast and easy way using OpenShift Dedicated. Red Hat OpenShift Dedicated is a managed Red Hat OpenShift offering on Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud. It allows you to reduce operational complexity and focus on building and scaling applications that add more value to your business. And with OpenShift Dedicated, you get more than OpenShift. You get a solution fully managed by a Red Hat Site Reliability Engineer, or SRE. SREs proactively monitor your OSD deployment 24/7. And you get this with every OSD deployment. Okay, are you ready to see more? Let's get started. So for this demo, I'm going to use my own GCP account. So this is something you can do today. You can use a trial subscription from Red Hat and your GCP account with some slight prep. We need to create a project, enable APIs, create a service account, grant roles to the service account, create a service account key, adjust our quota, and then we can deploy OpenShift. First, I'll create a project for the deployment. This gives me consistent boundaries for users, APIs, authentication, and billing, and it makes it much easier to track my resources. Next, OSD requires that relevant APIs be enabled on the project it's deployed in. There's a full list in our documentation. I can do this from the GCP console for each API by searching for and enabling the APIs in my project. Or just as easily using the Google Cloud CLI. Once that's done, I'm going to create a service account. The service account is used as the identity of the application, and the service account's roles control which resources the application can access. This is a specifically named account that OSD uses to perform all the necessary GCP interactions. So I need to create an IAM service account user within the GCP project named OSD-CCS-admin. And then I need to grant that user specific roles to get the permissions it needs to manage access to resources in my OSD project. The roles are listed in our documentation. GCP makes it easy to add these roles directly at this time or via the CLI as well. And finally, to enable the installer access to the service account, I generate a service account key and save it to my desktop. I'm going to use this at install time, so save it locally, don't lose it, and look after it. Now, just before we get to the install, it's helpful to review the latest OSD docs as they outline the required GCP resource account limits. Your account may have different limits preset depending on your setup, but for me, I needed to increase my quota for a few things. Of course, doing this in GCP is simple and fast. Just choose the quotas that you need and the regions you need them in, submit, and you're on your way. And now with those requests approved, we're ready to install OpenShift Dedicated. To get started fast, there's a wizard to deploy OSD. Just click Create an OpenShift cluster and you're on your way. There's a few ways you can deploy your cluster. I'm going to use CCS, or Customer Cloud Subscription, so I can deploy it into my own GCP account. You can also deploy it into a Red Hat GCP account if you prefer, but by using my own account, I can take advantage of all the GCP setup and knowledge I already have. Just ask a Red Hat associate for more info, and they'll help you choose what's best for you. Next, I choose Google Cloud, accept the prerequisites, and then I upload the key for my service account that I downloaded before. It's really that easy. The OSD wizard is really easy. You can set a whole bunch of things, everything from versions to regions to high availability and monitoring. It's really, really powerful. Choose GCP instance sizing, node count, set labels. A lot of different things can be done. Choose how you want to expose your cluster if you want to use an existing VPC that you've already built. And even set up your cluster update strategy, making sure that this cluster remains current no matter what. And that's it. Review the info and create the cluster. The installation allows you to track the process by viewing the logs in real time, so you'll always know what's going on. Or you can follow along in GCP and watch all the pieces come together. My install took about 45 minutes, and once complete, you do a few things before logging in. You can grant members in your Red Hat account access to the cluster, and you can add an identity provider to provide access to external users. There's lots of options to choose from. I'm picking a simple one so I can log in quickly. You really can do a lot from the Red Hat Hybrid Cloud Console. Here I'm showing how to add a new machine pool to your running cluster directly from the console. This will interact with GCP, allow you to pick the right instance types that you want, and add it to your cluster for you. You can even open a support case directly from the console. All the details filled out, ready for our SREs to help you out. Okay, now it's time to log in. Hit the Open Console link, log in with your identity provider, give the details that you set up before, and log in. And check it out. The cluster's ready to go. The machine pools that we added are there, and it's SRE backed, and it's awesome. So go ahead and check it out today.